die.
Yeah, and the key in there, picking up the knife round. Now, of course, it's the next round that's the most important. Obviously, the pistol, but the fact that they get that strong start on the CT side, which is still the favored side, a little bit less so now, but still the favored side. So they should be able to just lock down this map now and get that strong start versus Na'Vi. Start building some of that confidence back that they didn't entirely lose on Mirage, but that definitely took a hit. Nice peek there by MSL, actually. He gets a lot of information by spotting out 3 guys there, so now he knows to fall back, try and set up a crossfire with his mate who's holding from connector.
Yeah, Na'Vi going all armor, no Tech 9s this time around, just that one decoy in there. Nico sacrificing the armor for the grenade and kit, so they are a little worried that Na'Vi may actually get in and get their plant down. You can see them just working the angles. 3 members stacked over on A. Guardian, the man that may well breach and push through. The rest of Na'Vi are coming around in support, so it's going to be an A-side push. And actually, oh no! Look at Dignitas, they've rotated away from it. They've got just one man, MSL, all alone on A-side right now. It is, I'm just going to check who it is. Nico that's nearby, he's at window. He's coming round, but MSL already knows. He's backing up, he's keeping himself away. He's going to try and delay as much as possible, buying time for Dignitas to get back in.
Yeah, and Pimp, they just get completely flanked because Na'Vi send a small contingency into connector to catch that rotation. AC, however, does deliver 2 frags, but he loses out, and Kjerby gets caught by Edward. Couldn't have gone better for Na'Vi, slowing down the pace, and that then sets the doubt in for Dignitas because, of course, MSL got that early peak. He saw the 3 guys coming up towards mid, and he's thinking, okay, maybe, apply the pressure here, but when it doesn't come, he starts to think maybe they shifted over to B. He starts shifting his resources that way, and Na'Vi hit the perfect timing to take advantage of that.
And it was such a strange rotation because there wasn't really a great deal out. I mean, the decoy was still in the hands of Edward, it was. He didn't actually throw it out. He just drew a little bit of attention there. And well, it worked wonders. And that's the cat and mouse games that we see from these in-game leaders. Edward all alone this time with that MAC-10 going to come around the side. Run and gun. Bit of pre-fire there. But actually there was 2 people there. They're going to try and chase him down. Well, he's going against Edward. Just managed to mow down MSL. Gets himself a reload in time. But while this is all happening, 4 members of Na'Vi, they're stacked to B-site. They're going out.
This is a pretty interesting position here, however. Pimp is going to be able to hold that long line, but Kjerby currently crouched behind the boxes. Bit of that Olafmeister spot. There's the flash. It's not effective, though. And they are going to be able to clean him up. Pimp does stop Flamey from coming out through the drop-down room, but he's going to get just split up here. Zeus is going to catch him at range, and it's just down to Nico now, who was on a bit of a mission, having pushed in the back lines, and he does get a surprise headshot on Edward, who's carrying the bomb. That's not going to be good enough. Zeus is there to lock things down, and again, Zeus off to a really strong start here. This is actually quite scary. He's at 5 frags in 2 rounds. Is it going to be more of what we saw in Mirage from him?
It's not quite an Olafmeister 12 in 3, but it's not a bad start nonetheless. AK's coming out for Na'Vi. Double MAC-10 for Flamey and Edward continuing. They're going to keep on pushing. Dignitas know they're up against it, so they're going full eco. They're going to stack out B, and that's the right place to be.
And they're just going to drop right in here. No fear at all. Flamey, you got to look behind you, mate. Edward, he does get revenge on MSL, but then just gets completely overwhelmed point blank by AC. And Kjerby is there as well, who's going to eat a big nade, and AC as well, just getting double up. But Nico at range takes out Guardian. What is this brawl that we're seeing? Na'Vi getting way ahead of themselves.
It's a 2-on-1. Zeus, the only man standing, and this should not have happened. Dignitas were just on USPs. They had nothing. They had a single grenade in their possession. And Kjerby has managed to get that MAC-10. Zeus is going to look. Peek towards the rock just at the right moment. Didn't quite find him. Nico does go down, trying to hide his position, but Kjerby, the patience on this man, Zeus, heavy footsteps, trying to draw his attention, but Kjerby is not peeking. He knows he's got to go for the plant. Tries to draw it, tries to fake it, tries to draw his attention. Zeus still looking, still peeking, 40 seconds to play. Goes for the draw, does manage to make it count. And Zeus, well, you just mentioned how big he's going, gets himself a very important 2 frags for Na'Vi.
Incredible, and yeah, they asked for the HP there. They have to know how much did Zeus have left. And it was down to 12. He got headshot, and I think the headshot came in, but it got clipped on a piece of stone. He just got the edge with the bullet, and that saved Zeus's life. So way too close a call there. Na'Vi getting way ahead of themselves as well. I think that was just too much confidence. They let up on the caution, and you see what happens, because up close, even a USP will mess you up. If they have the chance to get a double headshot on you, you're gonna die. So Na'Vi need to slow things down a little bit and make sure that they keep control of the situation, because if they give the Danes enough room to work with, the Danes will shut them out of Cobblestone.
Well, the spotted Nico, that was in mid. Zeus is the only man that's going to be there. The rest of the team have managed to rotate, so this is another good read for Dignitas. Expecting Na'Vi to drop down in B. Seized is the man that's trying it. Pimp is just around the corner. We can see him there. Are they going to re-rotate? I've got a feeling they might back away. I don't think they fancy this one. Na'Vi, though, are pushing forward with Guardian, but still 3 members of Dignitas on site. Oh, Pimp is cautious. He's not sure whether he needs to go back to A.
And now we have Na'Vi actually getting some real estate here. Flamey, he's going to be right on the edge. They can set up with some nades if he needs it. Guardian has now got a straight line onto that site. Kjerby crouched at the back by Henhouse. There's the smoke to go down and block off Flamey, and Kjerby just steps out and catches Guardian looking the wrong way there. Just unscoped, re-scoped, wrong timing at least, and Kjerby now wraps up a second kill. Takes out Zeus, the heavy hitter.
And that bomb is loose. AZ just gunning them down, and Na'Vi now walking straight into the rifles. Flamey tries to come out through the smoke, and Dignitas, well, they pick them off and get themselves what was really a very easy first round for them. And they did, more importantly, MSL read that situation very well, got his team in the right position. It was, I think it was Nico that got the early peak, actually, that managed to spot the 2 members out in the mid. And as soon as nobody was pushing up A long, they were like, it's got to be B, guys.
Yeah, there was also, I think, a flash nade that came in, and as soon as that happened, they were just like, well, because I was actually wondering, Nico and MSL, they had set up in A apartments. That's as far away from B side as you can get, really risky. So the quick rotation pays off, but more importantly, the 2 young guns, Kjerby and AC both, they just hit shots. Those are not easy shots to hit as well. So very well done there by both of those players. Kjerby and Pimp getting pinned down, however, Pimp rather in Henhouse, taking quite a bit of damage, but Nico has taken out Zeus in the meantime.
Edward eating a grenade from AZ there. Didn't quite tag him down heavily. Interesting, we're talking about Pimp hiding in that back shed. We were mentioning it yesterday, just how it offers literally no protection hiding back there. It's simply eye line more than anything. That can easily be shot through, but that's where he's standing. Nico does get taken down. That was the AWP battle from Guardian. I believe that was over on A long. Well, that's happening. Na'Vi still yet to move, but we can see that bomb. It's still now finally moving in towards B site. They're going to push in. AZ's getting tagged up. He gets taken down. Pimp is also dropped. B site is in the hands of Na'Vi.
Yeah, they just managed to sneak on through, and then Seized has the AWP to hold the long line through to connector, and MSL is now left all by his lonesome. His team has evaporated around him, and that's all from Na'Vi, just effectively splitting up into 2-man teams and just lurking, waiting for their opportunity, for somebody to get impatient on Dignitas' side, to rotate out and get caught out in the open. So not a lot that can happen from there, apart from the fact that just Na'Vi, they got the kills that they needed. They just sat. It was that tag team, Edward and Seized. Edward had the AWP, but Seized dropped close and managed to put that Tech 9 to use. And from there on out, they just never let up the pressure.
I mean, effectively, it was a similar round to the last one, but this time Dignitas just didn't land those shots. They were, that's what we were just saying, how good of a shot they were. This time, they weren't on point, and Na'Vi with the members in the right place. The numbers, more impressively, did get in there. 4-1, good start for Na'Vi here on the T side. And more importantly, it puts Dignitas in a problem because MSL's the only man that's going to have a rifle in this round. Everybody else, P250s and the USB for Kjerby.
Yeah, they should just need one. Basically, they'll need 1 round of eco out of this. They have the rifle to play off of MSL. They can put him in the good position to get something done with it. And he's actually going to be helping out on drop-down room, holding into connector. So they're looking to, yeah, I love this, the counter boost. Peekaboo! But he doesn't get anything out of it. Just tags them up somewhat.
And they're going to back away. They're not falling for it. Oh, Seized is actually coming again. He's going to get a second chance of asking peaks. This time Seized was ready. Knew it was coming. Fool me once, don't fool me twice. Zeus actually getting taken very low by Nico there. Good pistol work from him. Didn't get the frag though, and that's the more important thing. Flamey is not going to drop down into the fire. AZ will get himself a kill. Now Dignitas could start something.
Very well done there by AC. And he's very low on HP as well, so I was a bit surprised for him to have the M4. Look at Zeus. Nico and Zeus are practically side by side at this point. Who's going to figure it out? He sees the shadow. Nico.
Oh, he's stuck so low.
That's not good. He misses out on the opportunity. His teammates, however, going to peek it, but Kjerby can't land the shot. Zeus is going to tag him up first with that headshot, and now it's advantage Na'Vi. They're going to be able to just go pile driving onto this site.
They've been playing past the parcel with that M4. That was it was in the hands of AZ a moment ago, and quickly passed off to Kjerby. Nico's still in the corner. They're checking the angles. They knew that somebody was still around there. Pimp, the last man, tries to draw their attention. Zeus was low. Didn't quite get the tag on him though. Dignitas will want to get the hands off something, but Edward does take him down with a pistol, and that will be 5-1. This is a good start for Na'Vi here on Cobblestone. They're already 1 map up, and they're starting to put pressure on Dignitas.
No, they certainly are. But like I said, you know, just a single round of eco from Team Dignitas. They aren't going to let Na'Vi get too far ahead. The one problem here is that they're low on nades, but they are able to get 5 rifles to work with. So not too much skimping happening here for the Danes. Whereas Na'Vi, they just have everything. In fact, they go for a double AWP play. Edward, once again, going for the scoped rifle. He was effective with it on Mirage, so we'll see how he's able to make it work here on Cobblestone. But this is a very valid play, actually, because there are so many just long corridors where you can hold these angles and wait for a CT player to get impatient. If you have the AWP, you can punish him.
Kibby is completely smoked off right now, but he's going to try and get himself snuck up in that position. That grenade's actually going to be right on top of him. Knocks him to 52 health, still flashed up. And now 5 members of Na'Vi in position to push through onto B side. Smokes have cleared. Edward will be the lead man to come
They heard
through.
that drop. They heard Flamey drop down into lower. So AC immediately altering his position here to try and close that angle. Edward will take out Kirby, who got pinned down at the back, but there you go, AC. First shot goes through. He gets flanked out, though, and Zeus hits a sick headshot to take him out fast. Flamey will come in as well. Flamey with a double kill, in fact, just completely catching out the men rotating in, and it's Nico who gets caught and dropped. Ooh. Nothing going Dignitas' way. Despite having the info at least there, AC didn't get caught off guard by the first man through. It just wasn't good enough.
And that's going to put them in a problem.
This is a serious problem.
Now they're down to CZs. Are we going to get a timeout from them? No, they're not going to call a timeout, but a shake of the head from Kirby there. They know that this is slipping away from them, and very quickly. Likely to go 7-1 unless they pull off something spectacular. They haven't stacked the sites. They're just sticking the positions. The thing is, Na'Vi have been stacking out B, and it's been working for them. Now, they're changing position. They're going into A, and Zeus, once again, gets himself the opening frag.
And Flamey just sprays blind and manages to pick up Nico with a random headshot. AC is fairly low as well. Pimp already rotated over to try and bolster the defense. Well, he is the defense on this A site. And nice shot there onto Flamey. Double tap and gets it, but Guardian is there to instantly strike back. No more heroics from Pimp, and it's just going to be Kirby and AZ left, although C's just lurking in the perfect spot to catch that flank. I mean, not a lot to be said in this round apart from the fact that it was an eco round coming out from Dignitas. So they did the best they could with pistols. They nearly took out Zeus. If they could have got 2 kills, this was actually this would have been a pretty good round for Dignitas. They really need to get something else done here. If AC can find some kind of angle to work, but Edward is already scoped and waiting.
Yeah, if he peeks around that corner, maybe he can get the right timing. Who knows? Zeus was low, but he's already backed away. I think AZ is just going to bide his time, hope somebody comes his direction. But we already saw Edward scoped up towards him. And it will be 7-1 to Na'Vi, and that's a big lead already on the T side. Already successful T side, no matter what happens from now on in. But more importantly, Na'Vi, they don't look like they're going to stop anytime soon. Let's see, Dignitas full bite. Can they stop it? Nico going glass cannon. Yeah, they're just trying everything.
And that's the main issue here. You know, it's getting pointed out. I mean, the money right now is out of control for Na'Vi, so it's not going to get any easier. Guardian not interested in helping him either. He's already picked off Nico, who is aggressively peeking in mid. So there's the opening here for Na'Vi. The quick rotation comes in from Pimp, so he's going to be here to help MSL. But Na'Vi aren't wasting any time now. Clearing out mid, they're going to start looking into A apartments. They're going to start trying to set up that split scenario where they're going to be able to cave in on the site.
Glass cannon or not, it doesn't work. Doesn't matter when an AWP hits you. Dignitas have got themselves 2 members over on towards the A site, and that is where Na'Vi are pushing through now. Seas makes his way up to the doors. Pimp covered off at the side, but doesn't realize they're already at the right to him. Now they will. Seas makes his presence known, rattling off the AK shots. Pimp trying to catch Guardian as he pushes on through. Still nobody checked his position here. He's as of yet unseen, but Guardian stepping through slowly. Oh, Pimp looked away just at the wrong moment. Guardian saw him. Oh, when the look's against you, that's how it works out. Now Dignitas are getting picked apart here. There's still 2 members left. Kirby, the last man, he'll get taken down. Edward gets himself another. And this partnership, Guardian and Edward picking up the kills now, and really across the board for Na'Vi. They're just playing great.
Well, that was also just...
They're playing as a team, more importantly. They're completely catching Dignitas out. They're covering all the angles.
That's the thing. They're moving together as a unit. They had 3 guys, bit of a strike force, moving up mid like that. And the whole objective of that is we lose 1, but we get the refrag, right? We're going to be able to do it. The thing is that AC had some individual play there, and he went against that. He took 2 guys out and nearly took out the 3rd. That's just all down to sick rifle work from him. That shouldn't happen. So there was a bit of a weakness in Na'Vi's play. Also in how slowly Na'Vi pushed up. Dignitas, they still had 3 guys on that site, and they still weren't able to hold. So AZ tried to turn it around for his team, but Na'Vi, they were able to just get the right timing down, especially with Guardian peeking on Pimp.
Well, Zeus caught a glimpse of one around the corner. MSL is still there, so that's why he's approaching this one ever so cautiously. Meanwhile, 3 members have already flashed across. Nice, flashes him out. Zeus immediately, though, backs away. And MSL's position very much given away. But look at this, Na'Vi got themselves in position. They're going to be dropping straight into AZ. Guardian's about to make his peek across. And Zeus is still continuing his own little personal battle over on A.
Zeus is having a ball over there. Nico, however, Nico is having a party, dude. He's got 2 kills. Edward and C is not able to get anything done there. Down to Guardian. Insane shot on the Kirby. That is so disgusting. And now, well, he's going to be able to hold this long line. Great flash, though, to force him back to close that angle, and he will get wallbang through. MSL takes out Zeus, and now Dignitas, they're waking up. Flamey not able to get anything done in a 1v4 situation, and Dignitas have got their 2nd round on the board.
What they need is exactly what you saw there, is that double kill to open things up. They need just that little bit of luck, that little bit of skill, somebody on the team to step up and take it to Na'Vi, and they're going to have to do it round after round right now. They've got themselves another AWP, though, for Nico. Nico, as of yet, not been too successful, though, with that AWP. Guardian has been beating him to the punch, and this time Na'Vi, they're playing it a little quicker and a little faster. They're going to be straight towards the B side.
They're splitting all over the place.
Yeah, they're splitting up.
But that bomb is
Edward's
making its way big.
Edwards threw smoke on B already.
Yeah, this is insane. But they seem to realize it, because look at AC, or Kirby's position, rather, boosting up behind Tree here. It's a really sick spot. Asilian likes to use it as well. And he can hold this straight line. We'll see if Edward predicts this position. That's going to be the thing, because they haven't used it yet. So this is the element of surprise that Dignitas are counting on right now.
Oh, MSL flashed out there. Zeus, nicely done this time on the doors. It's a battle he just had a moment ago. And Nico, once again, can't get anything with that AWP. He's just getting run down, whatever position he tries to play. And Na'Vi all over the A side. Pimp's going to get himself one. That's the bomb carrier, more importantly. If he can get a second, it's not going to be enough. And Seized and Flame clean up. And well, Na'Vi 9-2 up are looking to have just an amazing T-side right now. This is working so well for them. And maybe, just maybe, this is why they were looking at each other a little bit confidently in that map veto process.
Yeah, I think Zeus at the end there, when he got the vetoes off, he was looking pretty pleased. And just the money tells the story, though. Na'Vi have no pressure on them. They have so much money that they can just afford to buy and rebuy. I mean, now it's dropped a little bit lower after this buy, but there's so little for Dignitas to do. They can't even get their feet back under them, because every time they pick up a round or they inflict some serious damage to Na'Vi, Na'Vi just come in and clock them and keep them down. So it's just a very difficult position for Dignitas. They have to just land shots, but now their confidence is in tatters.
Na'Vi stepping up. Can they continue their run? Team Dignitas, as of yet, seem a little lackluster, and to be completely brutal, they've only picked up 6 rounds in total against Na'Vi in this entire matchup. Zeus, once again, opens his account on Nico, who has really not had too much joy. MSL with the Deagle, though. Can he get back in and try and rescue a rifle? AZ realizes they're pushing in towards A side, but it's Zeus that's got himself around there, and Zeus is just not being stopped right now. Oh, look at that. He's tracking the movement. He knows they're going to try and get around the backside. Pimp, the last man, as he gets not picked off just yet. He will get one down, but 2 pistols in the Nico, 2 kills in the Nico. I guess is about as happy as Dignitas can be right now in this dire situation that they found themselves in.
It's always going to tickle me that Pimp, he's using the Franklin P250 skin. It's perfect. All right, well, 1v3, Pimp is pinned. There isn't much he can do. Now we have to start talking options. What exactly can Team Dignitas do now to create some space for themselves in the next round when they actually have some money to buy? Because they've lost, well, that's the problem, is that they got their round bonus reset as well, so they aren't even going to have that much money in the next round.
Will he catch Zeus? No, he's not going to catch Flamey either. Oh, Zeus actually ended up with the kill. So
Nico could go Mag 10 if he wanted to, or CZ75 armor. What does he decide to go for here? Nico's actually going, oh wow, he's going for Mosk, Kevlar, okay. I mean, do they go for some kind of push, apartments, or do they try and take control of drop? I mean, go for that boost that MSL used. It just seems like since that round that Na'Vi actually let their guard down, and they got punished for it, they haven't really given an opening to Team Dignitas. They really have just played passively and covered all the bases.
It's been I'd love to have been able to watch the first game, because it seems to me that they've had an adjustment to play. Because when I watched Na'Vi last time against Fnatic at Katowice, they were very much all about going long A. That's where they were pushing. That's where they were working. I don't think they've gone that route once. Maybe once at max. Guardian's been looking for the peak, but over that, it's really been all about Edward and Flamey. They've been getting that B-side completely carved wide open.
And Guardian with the support. But, you know, as I say that, Edward will open up and take out Pimp. So that AWP already coming to good use there.
I mean, at the moment, AZ is in a good position to try and catch Seized out here. He knows the drop. She nearly whiffed the shot. Doesn't get the second time of asking. Zeus has come behind him, though. Didn't hear the drop. Was caught in a reload. And already they're down to 2 members. 4 on 2, Na'Vi. Can they make it 11-3? Just an amazing T-side here on Cobblestone. MSL gets 1. Trying to carry his team through anything, not to victory, that's for sure, because they're just trying to keep them in it right now.
Guardian's too fast as well. You can see MSL, he knew where he was. He's pre-aiming that spot. He's like, okay, I'm going to crouch and pull the trigger. And Guardian's like, nope, not having any of that, but that is not happening. And Nico, man, and what he gets to save is just even worse. It's like he gets to save off a Moss. Like, okay, you know, it's like there's 2 ops on the map, AKs, M4s, you know, something that's a little bit better than that. No, he literally has to save a FAMAS right now. And he may not even manage that. Can Flamey find him? Flamey actually expecting him to be up in T-Sniper, it looked like. There we have it. Team Dignitas just continue to suffer damage, I mean, to absorb the blows. Full nades bought up on AZ and Pimp. Okay, there we go. So the Pimp FAMAS, right, okay, so they're actually able to get a pretty reasonable buy, all things considered. Double Deagle as well. That'll be fun. Bring Na'Vi some memories.
Well, MSL gone for the Mag 7. We saw Flusher using that one before, along with, I think it was Crims actually, that they were double stacking last time, but that was against Na'Vi, of course. But yet again, nobody really looking towards going long A. They're going to go underpass instead. They'll go straight through. Pimp is in position, ready and waiting, but nobody's triggering the trap. Instead, they're going to come around. MSL will find one, will get down one. That's Flamey dropped. And the Max 7 actually gets himself the kill there. It is only Edward, I think it is, that's over on a B site. Everybody else looking to come out, looking to push out. They know that MSL's ready and waiting, and they've already thrown that bomb away. He's taken up well, though.
And they're not going to expect Pimp to be around this corner. They've only seen MSL up here. Now they can walk up. Zeus, does he check that angle? There you go. Surprise, surprise. There's a guy with a FAMAS. But then it's the Shotty that gets the kill. I mean, I wish the money mattered more in this situation right now, because 2 shotgun kills actually is a lot of bank to work with. Edward gets spotted out on Catwalk, and he's going to hit a sick flick. Really nicely done there. Kyoto not able to get anything done with that Deagle.
I feel that this map, certainly the CT side, doesn't play into Kirby's favor. He likes to get around, the back, and that was a good Deagle from AZ. That's going to get himself the AWP as well. If they can get hold of it, that was just a complete mismatch for Dignitas, but it worked out. Ironically, it's the first time they actually pushed up long A, although they didn't go through long A, they came up the stairs, but that's the first time they've actually walked into Dignitas properly defending the A site.
That can also be Na'Vi now, just kind of like letting go a little bit on the tension, knowing that they've practically got this map in the bag at this point with 11 rounds on T side. So there's the opportunity for Dignitas to put up a bit of a fight, but that's the beauty of CS as well. It's never over. Dignitas, if they can get 4 rounds, pick up the pistol, they can do the same.
Yeah, absolutely. Pimp in position. MSL's already been taken out of the defensive role. Pimp, though, got himself adjusted once again. He's going to hope that they can come across there. Nico's covering off the angle if they were to get past him. Oh, he's going to get one. That's the bomb carrier. Now the rotation could come out. Oh, he tried to drop down. He did the right play, but Flamey read him. Nico, he just looked away at the wrong moment. That is really the story of the game for Nico. He has not been able to get anything going on that AWP.
Not at all. Not at all. Just every single time he's caught out of position, just caught wide, seized with the flank. He's actually going to be able to just drop AC. No, he will not, but he drops him dangerously low on HP. Everybody low on HP, in fact, but it's a 1-on-3. And the final shot, total overkill from the AWP with Guardian. And that is going to be 12 rounds. 12 rounds for Dignitas, or for Dignitas, for Na'Vi. Just fantastic work coming in from Na'Vi. More of the same, basically, from Mirage. They're completely outclassing Dignitas right now.
Yeah, outstanding stuff there. It was, 15 kills for AZ, though. Matching the top fragger for Na'Vi, but unfortunately, the entire Na'Vi team is all posting those kills, whereas, we can see Nico has been tortured with that AWP. He's not been able to really get anything going.
Well, that's the issue. Is four players are still, sub 10 frags right now on Team Dignitas, and that's after a CT half. Like, a lot of those rounds You know, they seemed close, but they weren't really. Now it's Dignitas just going for the full out, all-out YOLO, and Guardian gets 2 headshots as they try and come through the doorway. Pimp does return on him, but then Seized lurking up in the apartments, taking this battle right now, slowing him up. And this is still going to be the battle out, and Seized actually wins it.
Yeah, so he's coming out on top. Zeus will get the bomb planter. And this very much is looking to go the way of Na'Vi. Pimp, the last man. 2-on-1. Can he pull something magnificent off here? No. Seized is going to stop him dead in his tracks. And well, with now the CT side on their backs and SMGs in their pockets, 13-3 is looking like a bit of an impossible task for Team Dignitas.
Yeah, very well done there by Guardian. When we saw the replay, that was just flawless from him, getting 2-for-1 trade. That's all he needs to do. Even a 1-for-1 at that point, just the info that he gives to his team. So really well done there by Guardian to start things off for Na'Vi and the pistol. And now Dignitas, they go for the buy. They don't waste any time at all. Kevlar, Tech-9s, just doing what they can. They have some nades to work with here, but they aren't wasting any time. Look at this. They're already right dancing on the edge of that smoke, and they're going to be setting up for a push.
Pimp wants to get the drop down here. There's the smoke covering off the window. They're going to go in there. Kirby's with him. It's Kirby that lands the first frag. Pimp tries to get around the back. Almost tagged up Kirby in the back there. Catches him with a head there. Zeus backs away into the smoke. They have managed to get themselves onto site. Oh, he's got a grenade in his hand. That's not going to work out. Tried to flick the pistol. Didn't work out for him. Pimp somehow, some way manages to get the kill on Zeus, but Guardian comes in. Clean up duty time. He gets himself 1, gets himself 2. Seized picks up the other. Pimp, the grenade's coming in. Oh my God, Na'Vi get themselves another round. Nothing is working out for Dignitas.
Man, when they had it all as well. I mean, Zeus ran out of bullets with his UMP. That should have been a free kill. So Pimp, he got a second shot at life there. But then to end on a nade, they knew exactly where he was. Guardian, this was a very key kill, holding out AC, who had a lot of HP on long like that. The double kill, in fact, for Guardian, really just making it happen. Yeah, no, just fantastic work there. Na'Vi able to just reclaim their site, get the defuse, keep everything going. Dignitas, they know that they've got their backs to the wall. They have to go for a force buy here. It's not going to be wasted. 3 rifles, SMG, and a Tech-9. That's what they have to work with. I'm wondering if it's going to be more of the same. They have slowed it down somewhat, and Zeus gets dropped down to half HP, so good exchange here favoring Dignitas. But as I say that, Guardian finds the headshot on Nico. And Nico just not having any impact at all for Dignitas. Like, throughout this entire map, it's really rough.
Oh, Kirby tagged up heavily and finished off by Seized. Damage done. 2 men down. Zeus, look at that. Oh, well. Wasn't expecting MSL to come out on top in that duel, that's for sure. Edward, well, he's not going to let one through. He will pop down Pimp with that Mag 7. Gets himself a second. Will he make it a third as he puts flashed up? Flamey's there to cover him off. And now we're on match point for Na'Vi. Envy will be facing them in the semi-finals should they win this next round.
Yeah, this is utter domination outright, and MSL has got to be wondering, what can you do? Zeus has not stopped talking the entire time, but MSL, he's really, it seems like he's just lost. Not a whole lot that you can do if your teammates aren't hitting shots, if they keep getting caught out of position, if, you know, nothing's going your way. Lady Luck clearly against him, and yeah, the Molotov nade combo. Look at the massive damage. Insane amount of damage dealt. Guardian and Seized just shredding them, and MSL, the last man alive here, he's going to get rushed down. Seized will pick up 2 frags, Guardian 3, and Na'Vi with a very quick 2-0 win over Team Dignitas.
Dignitas, unfortunately, only got themselves 7 rounds in the entire series. Very dominant performance from Na'Vi.
Just incredible.
Are they hitting form at the right moment? They were looking good at start ladder, but it wasn't quite to be, and that was their own backyard, so we weren't sure how they were going to turn up here, and especially after their first loss to Dignitas, but they very much got revenge in style. But now they have the unenviable task of facing Envy later on in the day. That will be the second semi-final of the day. And it's definitely going to be a tough one, because that's the real test of strength, because so far Envy have been rolling their way through this tournament.
Envy look like the team to beat by a fairly large margin. They're playing at a completely different level. Much like what we just saw, you know, Na'Vi do to Dignitas. It's very likely that Envy will do the same to Na'Vi.
It's entirely possible.
Unless we can see, you know, this kind of composure that we're seeing at a Na'Vi in a match versus Dignitas, because everything seemed to go Na'Vi's way this time around. The calls, Zeus made every right call. Everybody was hitting the shots that they needed to. Seized was leading the frags there when he wasn't really present on Mirage. Instead, it was Zeus, actually, who was leading by example on Mirage. I mean, everybody seemed to step up and shine, right? You know, that's how you have to do it. It's kind of like Kerrigan, right? First man onto the site. You know, there you go. He just leads his
dominant
team,
stuff.
and does, there you go. Zeus was doing the same thing. So right now, it just looks like Na'Vi are in the best shape possible. TSM, or the other team, you want to say, there's a real possibility of them standing up to Envy, but they still got the stand-in. They still got Cadian, so they're not at 100%. Despite Cadian, really playing out of his mind on the first day. Who is going to be able to take it to Envy? That's a big question. And I know, everybody's saying, they're tweeting at me right now, Fnatic, but Fnatic aren't at the tournament, guys. I wish, but they're not here. So, that's going to have to wait.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Well, maybe next time. Who knows? Anyway, we're going to get over to the stage, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be Guardian standing by with Sean Charles.
Thank you so much, Lee. Joined by Guardian. Sir, how was that for you?
I didn't even wait this kind of stuff. That we gave them 7 rounds in 2 maps. So yeah, it's something that I'm surprised of. So yeah, it feels good.
Yeah, it must feel pretty nice. I mean, you won confidently. I mean, does that play into the plan? Does that play into the vibe that you have going on the previous match today against VODs?
Not really. I mean, we expected that they will be even stronger than yesterday, but well, we didn't give them any chance to play today. So yeah.
And so, for you, looking back at that match, what do you think worked well for you? What can you take away that, hey, that's what we executed on and we accomplished?
I wouldn't say it was about rounds or something, but we started to play as team, and we executed the rounds as team, not by one by one. So that's the difference from yesterday.
Now, day's done for today. Day 2 in the bag. Close the book. What's next? What do you do tonight? What's in preparation for Envious that's waiting for you tomorrow?
Maybe we'll watch some demos, and of course we'll relax and we'll talk about the game and tomorrow, what we'll do and how to win tomorrow, because we lost last 5 LAN events to Envy, so time to revenge.
Time to revenge. Good words to end on. Thank you so much, sir, and congratulations, guys. Join the team. Of course, I'd like to hear what you have to say on this machine.
Wow, a couple of talking points straight off the bat there from Guardian. Lost the last 5 events against Envy, so I'd like to change that. Immediately, we have a bit of a rivalry growing, but also he was saying that he was not expecting that. You, however, Jonathan, were expecting that. That was kind of how you called it, suggesting that with Dignitas side beating them last time, Na'Vi had nothing to lose and everything to gain.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a mentality problem. I think, as Guardian said, they really started playing as a team. Instead of doing these stupid individual decisions, just trying in a weird confidence thing where if you think you're better than someone, you will do something that's stupid individually against them just because you think it will work because you're so much better. And I guess they stopped doing that and just started playing as a team again, and it just worked out. They just dominated that game.
Yeah, Alvo, you agree?
Yeah, and Dignitas kind of went the other way around. They went from playing as a team, as we saw. I remember we were so impressed by their T-side on Inferno versus Na'Vi yesterday, and listening to them play now, that was just a hot mess, really. It was kind of surprising because you ended up in situations where one guy would take a peek, especially towards the A-bomb site with Nico and MSL. It seemed like they had no idea what each other were doing. MSL could be saying, I'm going to peek now, just to give him the information and expecting something to happen from it. Maybe he'll rotate in from A holes and actually help him out, but all of a sudden he's just left alone, and the next thing you hear is something that you can't say on stream, but that's just kind of how the entire game went, and you saw so little adaptation from coming in from Dignitas. They basically played the exact same positions and did the exact same things over and over and over again, and that's where the big advantage came in from Na'Vi. They actually changed up things. They started playing as a team. Dignitas, on the other hand, didn't change anything at all. So Kavi getting picked off on B from the same position 4 times in a row when Na'Vi went towards B, and you saw, well, the closest thing you could actually get to seeing some type of teamwork between Dignitas was the round when Nico picks up 2 frags in drop zone because of AZ's flashing him in. That was the closest thing you could get. Other than that, it was just complete individual plays whenever they'd actually get anything done, and that's not going to cut it versus a team like Na'Vi when they're playing as a team.
I mean, that's a compliment that's often paid to Dignitas, is saying they're a group of strong individuals. Like, you look at the names, you're like, wow, MSL, AZ, and HB, of course, or Kierby, as I've been told.
Kierby,
About.
yep.
Kierby, nice, thanks very much. Confirming my Scandinavian pronunciation. Either way, though, strong individuals, but you're saying that right now they were not as a unit. Like, comparing to Navi, who, let's be honest, are one of those teams who just seem to have everything under wraps. Even with a new addition to their lineup, they are functioning very well as a team, and that's actually confirmed their place then. Further on into the tournament, they're going to be happy to have that victory under their belts, and I think it's more so commiserations to Dignitas, but it's also, I think that's the right step in this tournament for Navi. That's probably what we were hoping to see from them in this tournament. They are again a team who you can sometimes see results on paper and be a little surprised by. So I think for us now is we just have a little breakdown of what to expect from Navi coming forward into this tournament now that they've kind of secured a spot.
I mean, the weird thing about Navi is they always make it to playoffs. Like, no matter what tournament they play, they always make it there. But after that, they kind of have a tendency of going quiet. Like, they'll always make like 2 semifinals, even in major. But it's like they're quietly getting there. Like, there's not any, like, when they face up against like Virtus Pro or an NIP or Envy at the semifinals, always like they just go down 2-0. It's like,
yeah, and even if they go versus Envy last time they played in the quarterfinals at Katowice, they went down 2-1, but it was still never any real doubt who was going to win it. It was like, Navi managed to pick up a map. That's great for them. Now we can just get on with it and Envy can close this out. That was really the kind of feeling you sat left with, and it's weird how that works because Navi on paper and sometimes the games they show are really, really impressive, and you think to yourself, how can this team not be one of the guys who actually push for finals or make it semifinals or make Envy go the complete limit? But instead it's that one showing per tournament where you really get your hopes up and then they let you down as the tournament comes along.
To be fair, we kind of have like, it's a new Navi, we
That's
have
true.
Flamey, we actually have Starex being the coach behind him, and I'm interested to see how much of an effect that will actually have, because maybe they're kind of choking in these big games because they're not performing previously because they've not performed to the level you can expect from Navi. They always put up great performances against top teams in the past, and like in group stages and maybe quarterfinals, but they never really get to that final step unless it's like SLTV,
TSM?
I guess.
Are they the original TSM? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, maybe.
I guess the CIS version of TSM.
Okay.
In many ways.
Dubbed them the CIS TSM. That's just a lot of letters to most people. But for those of you at home, let's put the brackets on your screen so you can see how today has shaped up so far. More games to come, though, or more game to come. As you can see now, Navi with that secured spot. It feels like such a longer road that Navi have had to take for TSM in comparison to TSM. We've basically kicked back, walked around the event a bit, chilled out. I think it looked like they went for a swim at some point, I saw on Twitter. So these guys have had a lot of time to rejuvenate for tomorrow's games. And that means that we have to basically start turning our attention towards the final game, which will be a real cracker. Titan, a team who have again had not the easiest route with their upset against Envious. We're a game where they really were, they kind of downplayed how passionate they were about it before, but as soon as that loss came in for them, you could tell that really had affected them, and they've come in with a real strong mindset for this one. It's going to be a real test. 3D Max going to be going up against Titan in the very next game. We're going to go to a short break first of all, though, and let us know your predictions at ESLCS, as well as our personal Twitters if you fancy it. Until then, though, we'll see you soon.